Hello, everyone. We're definitely having a really bad game day today, but let's see if we can get a game on Tygem. I've already played two games here, and I've been getting really annoyed, and so I feel like they weren't really very good videos. So I'm gonna try one more time. If I can't do it this time, then I will move on to a different server. I might have a
The
game
game has
here.
started.
My opponent is black. Um, I'm just gonna play a simple game. I'm gonna try to play a simple game, and we'll see how it goes. He's playing this one. Oh. Let's quit this one here. There we go. I've been messing around with taking the corner with this, but I'm not sure I like that here for the high one. So maybe I will approach on the inside here. Oh, he's going to kick right away. Wow. I'm going to play high here. He played a really large knight's move here, which means he's not really worried about the corner in any way. And he's avoiding approaching my 3-4, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. I don't want him to get the double approach, though, because it would help him build. So I'm going to just back off. And I think I don't care if he takes the corner here, so I will take my corner. If he takes my corner, then I get to make this 2 space here, which gets closer to his area, which makes it feel fairly good for me, honestly. So he's going to defend that right away. Okay. So I guess I have two options here. I could try to play close here, threatening to do this like attaching crosscut in the corner, just attaching the corner, right? But then if I go to invade the corner on his side, I can't really expect any points to be here. So if I play close here, I'm asking for points. If I play further away, I'm asking to invade his little corner area and get more points if he doesn't let me. So let's go all the way here and see what we can get in the corner. This high 2 space enclosure is a little bit annoying to deal with because anything involving this corner is going to be a little bit more complicated than you want it to be. But playing close here allows you to come in and mess with the corner a little bit. He's shoulder hitting my large knight, which is usually bad. I don't want him to press down unless I can Hane over the top, so I'm going to push up first. If he extends, then I'm going to play the knight's move. But since he doesn't extend, I get to Hane and double Hane over the top. Oh, So in this case, if I Hane here, he could fix his shape. So we want to try to use his shape a little bit if we can. He played 2 spaces away, which is a little bit too far. So I could play this move here. If he blocks, then I can come underneath. So this is sort of one of the vital points of this shape here. So it looks like I can just push through, which is very, very bad for him. So I'll just keep pushing. This one stone, that was the Hane stone, is not very important anymore. So it's okay if he tries to capture it. I could try to strengthen my corner with this Hane and connect, because he has to connect, then I could go down. I think I like that idea. It gets me an extra stone on the second line here, which makes it a little bit easier to make some sort of base. Like this. Oh, okay. This also makes it easier for me. With this sort of tiger's mouth shape, I have a lot better eye shape here. This is a little bit of a questionable move. There might be a Tesuji here with this nose hit, so I should try to read it out really quick. If I attach here, he Hane's underneath, I can cut. He Atari's here, I extend and he connects. He doesn't have any ladder, so I could cut him here and kill the stones. If he Hane's over the top, I can pull back and either cut or come out. So I think I'm going to try this move. Of course, if he gives anything up, I'm getting more ice space here, which is why I want to try to play it. Yeah, and I could try to do this one to reduce his liberties. Can I come on the outside here? I didn't read all these variations. I just read the 2 basic variations. Now I'm going to add a little bit more to it. If I Hane on the outside here, he Atari's here. I connect, he connects. Looks like I could push through and cut. So it's a little bit complicated. I'm just going to back off here. And then it looks like I'm able to attach on the outside. If he wedges, then I can at the very least make a little bit of nice shape here for myself. And his corner is not necessarily alive yet. So we want to block the corner and force him to live. Looks like we could throw into the corner here. He should have maybe extended down and then played here, but I guess it's difficult no matter what. If I throw in here and he connects, then I block. Then he has a little bit more of a problem. Looks like I could maybe even do this one before blocking. He connects, then I block. Let's try. Now, this isn't necessarily simple, but he does have to respond right now. If he doesn't respond, I can simply play b3 and kill the stones. But it seems like he wants to think about it for a little bit. Yeah, so this ended up being complicated, but he played very, very poor shape and got into a difficult fight. So one thing I might want to do before continuing in the corner is I might want to come out with my group in the center. As I said, he can't, he has to respond at least one time here. So I could play here right now, but I think playing in the center first will be more important. I have at least one eye now, but I don't have two. So I can play in the center. If he comes out here, I can play this F5 move to make nice shape for my group and to threaten his center as well. So I think that's more important right now. And he doesn't have a lot of liberties on his center group, so I'm going to push instead of Kosumi. Let's make this so I can attack his group in the center, as I said. Now, when they don't have a lot of liberties, like this group here, you want to try to keep restricting the liberties whenever you can. Like with moves like this, Hane here. It almost feels like something like this works. I'm just going to play the extension and a Tygem here. Oh. Okay. This hurts his liberties quite a lot and strengthens my corner by quite a lot as well. So I can continue to harass this group instead of coming back to the other side. One way to do that, I could keep extending liberties, but it might be nice to protect this cutting point first. And if he protects himself in this center area, which he didn't want to, then I could attack him more severely here. But he also didn't protect himself very well here. So it looks like I can still attack him on this side. And I have some potential for growth in the center here. So while I could attack and try to kill this side here, I'm going to pressure this one first to continue to expand my center. We can just extend down. Our group is strong enough that we don't have to worry about him cutting here. He's just trying to make eyes directly. It's probably good. I'm not sure. He can probably live if he really tries to, but it is a little bit difficult for him. But I think he can just block here like this. I connect, and then he can play something over here to try to get two eyes. That one's a little bit more risky for him, but this is probably fine. So I'm just going to push here and turn. This turn is Sente. Yeah. And my corner is alive, so I don't really need to worry about anything. I have a decent potential in the center and maybe a little bit of a weak group on the bottom. So I could try to attack him
9, 8, 7,
from this side
6, 5, 4,
and just try to surround.
3, 2.
But I think I'm going to take my base here on the side instead. I think this is the simpler way to play. And then if he comes out towards the center, we can try to fight that a little bit more. Because I don't need all of the center, I just need some of it. Oh, he is going back to live in the corner. He might have had to do that. I did not read it out, but there was potential there. So it looks like I can now attack here because I'm a lot stronger. This descend means that if he gets a move at h3, I'm likely able to connect up underneath, which means that I
9,
can attack
8,
from
7.
the center like this. I could also play this diagonal move here to be a little bit more loosely connected. Because if I push down and then connect, there's a little bit of Aji to worry about. So let's do the diagonal here. It's often good to play like this when you can. You know he's going to clamp, I'm guessing. Because he can't cut. That would be an overplay for sure. So the clamp to try to make a better shape here makes sense. To prevent him from getting more forcing moves, I'm just going to connect directly. This would allow me to Hane here. And potentially, ooh, that's an interesting move. So I have to figure out which direction I want to sort of push black towards. He has a lot of weakness here now because he played this one instead of pulling
9,
back.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
So I think
2.
I'm going to play from this direction to sort of build a little bit in this area. Oh, this is a bad move. This is a really bad move. This gives me Tygem here, which allows me to cut him off in the center when he tries to jump out. Because now I have a lot more strength here. And so now I can just cut directly. Because I don't have anything to worry about. Because I can just capture this stone, maybe. I don't know. But he can't cut me here, because that would put him in Atari. So I can just capture the cutting stone. Okay. Okay, I can just connect. And I can at least capture here. If he cuts me off, I get this Hane, and he doesn't have that many liberties to deal with the situation. So I can at the very least push once, and then jump to net him. Because I could just Hane here. If he pushes and cuts, it's an Atari here, but that doesn't lead to anything. If the Atari is here and Atari's me down, I can just extend because I have all these stones on the all the way up to the second line here. So I can just Hane here. And as I said, he doesn't have quite enough liberties to deal with this.
Overtime countdown has begun.
This ended up being a very complicated fight here. But the other thing that he has to worry about here is actually it only has 3 liberties on these stones as well. So I could keep extending here, but I want to also make sure these stones are safe too. So it's better to capture this group if I can. Oh yes, but he resigned. Okay. I didn't quite notice. I was too busy looking at random stuff. Another very aggressive opponent, but I think I did a much better job in this game than I did in my other games. Like, I won all my games, but I got annoyed with stuff and I made some mistakes. And I think in this case, this is a much simpler game than what happened in my other games. I think there's only really one thing to look at in this game, and that is the fact that he played very, very poor and loose shapes. For example, the large knight here in the upper right means that it's entirely possible for me to get into the corner and not even really have a problem living here because I have some extra extension towards the side. If he blocks, we got this, and then we can still even cut to potentially attack him very severely. So it's a kind of a difficult thing to handle. And so on the other parts of the board, he has somewhat loose shapes, but they're sort of balanced. It was just this one, but then he decided to block down this direction. And on this board, this is most definitely a mistake. You could say his shoulder hit was a mistake, but it's not that big of a deal. But I have this position on the right side of the board that is a very influential position, which means even if he plays the normal moves here and just allows me to push like this, you can tell that my influence is definitely going to be useful in even just making points. And so that's why this is a sort of a bad shape already. And so at the very minimum, he needed to just come out towards the center here, even just extending up like this, or like what the AI loves to do is just jumping. Never extend, always jump, right? But then he decided not just to play this one, but when I Hane, he decided to do this 2 space here. And this 2 space, if I just hunt and connect, he can fix the shape. It's still an awkward shape. It's still probably good for me, but he can fix it really easily. And so in order to take advantage of this shape, I can play this move. And as you saw in the game, I was able to push through his position and turn it into sort of a fighting position where I was probably never really going to die. In this case, he needs to just connect up. I get to connect up underneath, like so, and he can just worry about his own groups here. Maybe just turn. We'll just keep it simpler, right? So this game is still going to be very good for me, but if he's able to keep his shape strong and connected like this, he's not going to end up in that very complicated situation. This, I think, really demonstrates the need to play strong shapes. At the very least, you can't do this 2 space jump. You have to just do the 1 space jump here. There is still Aji with this move, but this move is going to be a lot more strong. I can probably just do this. He can make some shape. And I still get a little bit of influence towards the center, but he gets more points than he did with the other variation. Anyway, I think that's it for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It took a lot of effort to record this time, but I think it worked out. This is a good game, and I'm excited to get my Fox game for Wednesday. So I'll see you guys then, and yeah, have fun.